Anyways, I have seen a couple
Penises.
movies in theaters.
Did you get to see Last Night in
I
Soho?
saw that a couple hours ago. Yeah.
Man, I'm looking forward to that.
Hell yeah.
So I will hear about it.
I won't spoil anything.
It's okay.
I'm not an asshole. Plus, I like the idea of whenever you see it, we can talk about it. Spoilery.
I have no dollars, and it's not coming to streamers, so maybe.
You'll see it eventually. It'll just be years late.
Yeah, for sure. I'll pirate that bitch if I have to.
Okay. Rude.
Well, there is a pandemic. We keep putting movies out in the pandemic. What do you want me to do?
I mean, that's alright.
I'm on a. My parents. My parents are getting boosters, and I'm fine. Go see these things.
Yeah.
Go see some fucking Moogies. Get some motivation to go outside. Be outside of the house.
It's true. Yeah, I actually, I was this morning, like, buying a ticket online, and it was like, oh, that's going to be $17 or whatever. I'm like, well, that's fucked. But I was looking at it, and I joined the fucking AMC A-list because it's $20 a month, 3 free movies a week. I'm like, yes. So I did that, and
Wait, it's how much for 3 movies a week?
$21 a month.
Okay, so that's 12 movies a month for $21.
Yes.
So that's
Plus, like, other...
$1.30.
Yeah, it's very cheap. So I did that. So, cool. So I'm going to get to go see all the shit I haven't seen yet. Like, The Eternals comes out in, like, a week, and I'm like, I gotta see it. It's a Marvel thing, whatever. It doesn't look... I mean, it looks interesting, I guess. It looks different, but at the same time, kind of like, I don't know. But I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet, and I had to check, like, when's it coming to Disney Plus? And it comes to Disney Plus in, like, 2 weeks. So, I'll watch that first, and then I'll go see The Eternals. But yeah, so I can finally start seeing shit.
When's the Eternals come out?
Do what?
When's the Eternals come out?
Next week.
Okay, yeah, because the tomato meter is already at 60%, and people have been saying they're review bombing it for having gay characters, but I don't think that's true.
I don't know.
The audience
I heard that
score
it's the
is-
lowest score for a Marvel movie, like an MCU film, ever.
Yeah, it's a credit. It's still just critic scores. There's only 121 reviews.
Oh, yeah. Which, fine, whatever. I'm kind of like,
Yeah,
it'll do fine.
I don't think that's review bombing. I think that means that the critics don't fucking
Yeah.
like it.
Which, okay. I don't, like, there's a lot of actors and stuff in it where I'm like, this feels, I don't like that Angelina Jolie is in it. I don't like her in a Marvel movie. Alright? It feels weird.
I like her more on my face, but that's never gonna happen. And she's losing, she's getting up there. Selma Hayek's in there. Fuck Angelina Jolie, Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, even with
That's
Salma
why I saw a
Hayek
poster
also,
with one
like,
of
that's the
fucking
thing.
rich
They
dude.
feel like both of those two are the ones that kind of bug me a little bit. Like, it's not because I don't like, I like Salma Hayek a lot. Like, Angelina Jolie is kind of hit or miss for me. But, it just feels strange. Like, it doesn't feel like something that they should be in, I guess. I don't know. It just feels weird.
Jon Snow is playing the Black Knight.
Do what?
Jon Snow is playing the Black
I
Knight.
know, and Robb Stark is also in there. It's like you got the fucking Stark boys back together again, and the Eternals for some reason.
I don't know why Harry Styles is playing Star Fox, and Star Fox is probably not Fox McCloud, unfortunately.
I had no idea that he was in that movie. Guess he's an actor now. He was in a Chris Nolan film, so he's just an actor now.
Yeah, what is this? That is kind of a weird looking cast.
Yeah.
Who's Wheelchair Boy? Because I've seen posters of an Eternal in a wheelchair.
I have not looked into any of this at all. Like, I heard about Kit Harington being the Black Knight. that was kind of the only thing that I heard back when it was announced. And then I saw nothing. I finally saw the trailer for it when the Suicide Squad came out. And it's like, I don't know, man. Looks interesting, I guess. It feels... It's just weird. Oh! I saw the trailer for The Matrix Resurrections today. And it was like...
Is it new?
New to me. I haven't been watching trailers at all, and The Matrix, I don't give a shit about that series, but I saw this trailer and I was like, why do I want to watch this movie so bad?
I think I've seen the trailer. Yeah, I have, but I don't remember.
Looks fucking dope. I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah, well, The Matrix is a great movie, and it's a great story, and the universe is great.
I need to try to watch them
Despite
again.
that, the third movie.
We need to get together and just watch them all and do a commentary.
All 9 hours of The Matrix,
Sure.
and then I have to watch the third Matrix
Yep.
movie. Because the second one was bad, but it was like, it wasn't the worst movie. It was just like, you know, it wasn't as good as the first one.
Sure.
It was totally watchable.
I only saw the first one, and I don't remember it for shit. I just remember feeling like it was really preachy and not as deep as it was trying to be.
Number 2 goes the direction I would like the franchise to go, where they go deep into the weirdness and they get more anime with their storylines, because that's the point of the Matrix, is to be an anime. Yeah, and then 3 just kind of, they super rushed it.
Yeah. Came out like the
They
same
rushed the
year,
second
didn't
one
it?
too.
As the second one?
Really close together. They spent 10 years trying to get the first Matrix made and working on the script, and then within 2 years they had the next 2 movies.
Yeah. Yeah, this trailer, man, I was like, damn, this is like one of the best trailers I've ever seen. And like, haven't been interested in this series like ever. It's crazy. Really good trailer.
I'm rewatching it.
Oh.
But I'm watching it silently. Well, I remember being upset that there wasn't more green. There's a lot of blue teal going on here.
I mean,
I forgot about NPH.
yeah, I thought that was weird. I was like, what the fuck?
He's your therapist?
Like, visually, it looks
Your little
really
spoon.
fucking good. The look of it and everything. I like that it's not a bunch of green.
I'd call it modern generic. Well, they're only supposed to be green when they're in the Matrix.
Yeah, but I mean, even before that, everything is like really desaturated. Like, it doesn't feel. Everything felt sickly. It was like.
Well, the world was sick.
Do what?
Well, the world was sick, and it was new. It was newer to do stuff like that.
Yeah, I get that. Like.
But now it's gross now for sure.
Yeah, like I understand the point was like the world is boring and wrong and isn't real. Like that whole situation. But he's in the fucking office and everything, and you got all the terrible lighting up above, whatever the fuck it's called. Why aren't I remembering? Fluorescent lighting, very green.
Yeah. Just Lana Wachowski, and I don't know because the Wachowskis are trans. I don't know which one's supposed to be. I'll stop right there. I don't need to go any further. Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm remembering stuff. I do want to see it, really. When is it coming out?
It's December.
December 22nd.
Yeah. Also, though, I also feel like I might have been manipulated a lot because I'm like, of course they use this fucking song. This is a good song, and this remix of it or fucking whatever the fuck, it's a good song.
Was it Jefferson Airplane?
White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. Yeah. It's like, of course.
I was watching it. I opened it in the Morpheus scene. I think I remember. I know I watched it. It was a month ago.
Yeah.
Though. Feels like it was longer.
Yeah, but I've just been avoiding trailers mostly.
Yeah, it's hard to get excited for shit because I know I'm not gonna go.
I will force you to go.
I would definitely. I'll go once I start making money again, but I don't know. I gotta at least do my day job again to make money, or one of these places I've applied to needs to get back to me, or I need to start getting my freelance account going and work on my freelance life, and because that's gonna be a side hustle eventually.
Yeah, I would definitely.
At the very
I would definitely
least.
say pick one and run with it.
I can't do that. You know, I've never been able to do that.
Dude, I understand that completely. Like, I've had to sit here and... Because there's so much shit that I have started and shit that I really want to do, and I'm just like, dude, you can't just fucking keep jumping back and forth or you're never going to get anything done. So I'm just like,
I have 3
Yellow
scripts. I
Nuzlocke.
have 3 scripts.
I'm doing my Yellow Nuzlocke right now. I'm going to get that fucking done and start uploading before I move on to the next thing. Like, it's gotta fucking... I just gotta focus on one thing at a time. Because, I mean...
Well,
I feel like we all have those. We like me, you, John, fucking Aaron, my brother. Like we all have this same fucking issue where it's like, all right, we want to do everything, and then we don't get anything done because we just work on everything.
Yeah, mostly I work on smoking and procrastinating.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with
burnout's been kind of a bitch.
a lot to do with ADD.
I do have ADD. I got diagnosed and I didn't believe them. So.
Yeah, I was never diagnosed, but I've seen like a lot of shit where it's like, it just explains so many things I always thought was fucking weird about me. All kinds of shit.
Like your penis?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Why does it curve to the right? Is it because I use my right hand all the time?
It sounds like you had periodontitis or whatever. Peyronie's. It sounds like you have Peyronie's.
Pepperonis?
Yeah, like it sounds like you have pepperoni penis.
Yep. It's about right. Anyways.
It's a penis.
Alright, so yeah, I watched Last Night in Soho. And it's a movie.
You're a fucking whore.
Nah, like that was the one thing, like I was watching and I'm like, this is like, it's incredibly well made. But if I didn't know this was an Edgar Wright movie, I would not think it was an Edgar Wright movie. The only thing that kind of made me feel like, oh yeah, this is an Edgar Wright film is the music. How the music works throughout the fucking everything. Because it's very, like, reminiscent of, like, Baby Driver. Like, how it plays in the scenes and shit. But other than that, like... It's exceptionally well made, just would not have ever thought of it as an Edgar Wright thing.
I was hoping for that, because he's never done a horror film before.
Yeah. Which is kind of like, it's kind of the only thing that was a little odd about it, was, because there is like real horror elements, but it never feels quite like a horror movie. It feels like more like a thriller type situation, maybe. Like, the genre's weird, but then it has stuff that kind of feels like this is... I don't know, kind of like a weird... The horror elements make me think of, like, shit from the mid-2000s. Like, horror movies, like the PG-13 ones that aren't very, like, good. Not saying this movie isn't good, but there are elements of it where it's like, this doesn't feel as visually not as interesting, as well as this isn't as clever as I think they felt it was. But still, very good movie. Unlike most shit I've seen before, it's very, it's interesting for sure. I like it. I'll watch it again. I do feel like I need to think about it more before I, like, really, like, do a review or whatever for, like, Instagram or Letterboxd or any of that. I was hoping I could kind of process it a little more before talking about it here. But, it doesn't really matter because I'm not going into spoilers or anything.
We could have podcasted tomorrow. I would have been down for that, but we're already here.
Oh no, it's all good. I don't know how I don't even think I'll feel a specific way about it tomorrow, like enough to put into words. Very, very well made. All the acting is great. Diana Rigg, this was her last film, which was crazy. Another another actress from Game of Thrones, who was like really big in like the '60s. I think she was a Bond girl at one point, but yeah, she passed away. I didn't know that she was even in this movie, but it was crazy. I was like, hey, weird.
Dang, she old and dead. She wasn't that old. Died at 82.
That's a pretty good score. Could have been better, but
Yeah, I've seen a lot higher scores,
Yeah.
dude.
um,
Let's see, Diana Rigg, hot. Let's see if she was ever hot.
I believe she was.
She was skinny.
Skinny does not equal hot.
Yeah, that pulls a lot of weight, dude. Being like relatively in shape and just wearing skimpy clothes.
Sure, I guess.
I wouldn't call her Bond girl quality.
Well, I'm not currently looking at her, so
Oh.
I don't know. But yeah, it was. Right now, I'm sticking with it. Was good. It was interesting. It's definitely worth watching, especially like visually very good. Story wise, is kind of a little weird. I don't know how. That's kind of the point where I'm like, I don't know exactly how I feel about the story. Because it feels like there was a couple things that kind of they left dangling, and then some stuff that was like felt like didn't really make sense. Like a weird kind of sympathy for the devil kind of situation that didn't feel like it should have been. Kind of like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where they're like, "Don't call them a terrorist" or something, and it's like, yeah, but they're terrible, fucked up people that are terrorists. Like, really?
If you make a good case, if you make a really good case and they're not horridly evil, sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I recommend it. Obviously, Edgar Wright is one of the greatest filmmakers we have today, and his shit does not get enough. Like the people who see his stuff, fucking high praise, epic awesomeness, but not enough people. Still, not enough people know who he is. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I've been singing that fool's praises. I love Edgar
Yeah.
Wright.
Like, he's been fucking kicking ass since Shaun of the Dead. Like, 2004. He's just been making excellence.
She was in Her Majesty's Secret Service, and she was mostly like an interesting face type of girl, but not like dripping hot.
I thought you were talking about Edgar Wright. I'm like, what?
No, I'm looking up Diana
Yeah, I got
Riggs.
you.
Yeah.
She's great in Game of
Her
Thrones.
Majesty's Secret Service was legit. Oh,
yeah. She was one of the
I
best
see her in-
characters.
Yeah, she kind of got hotter as she got older, really.
But
I mean, her skin's not supposed to look good in the Game of Thrones photo. I wouldn't. I don't. Yeah, I guess we'll
But anyways,
send this shit.
yeah. Last night in Soho, everyone should see it. What did you watch?
You didn't even look at the guy in thigh-high socks I sent you. You're not watching your messenger at all.
Oh, I've seen that pop up a couple of times. I'm like, we're talking right now. What do you mean?
Guess
Oh,
I sent you photos of my research.
why? Why did you send me this dude?
Because we were talking about thigh-high socks on guys, so I found one.
I was talking about knee-high socks, but that's,
I was saying thigh-high, but they exist. That guy's doing them.
I mean, sure. And you just had to put that cursor on his nipple?
Yeah. I took the picture twice because the first time the cursor wasn't on his nipple.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So next time I get pulled over by that lady cop, I'll just wear something like that, maybe without the underwear.
And then,
Because I think thigh-high socks can be hot on dudes, just nobody's trying it.
I mean, sure. To each their own.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what I thought. You stupid bitch.
Stupid bitch. Ugh.
Bitch ass bitch. I watched some comedy and I watched some television. I did watch the controversial Dave Chappelle special.
Yeah, I heard that people were calling
And
to cancel him or some shit again.
I could see why they're calling to cancel him, but it wasn't that controversial, and none of those people watched it. Yeah, frankly he said more offensive things about Jerusalem than he did about any trans people. He really didn't. He didn't go. He probably spent a lot of energy. Like he spent some time addressing criticisms of the past. But he's kind of said things that I've been making jokes about for a while. The alphabet mob has been hostily taken over by white people, so they can feel professionally indignant again and micromanage the culture.
Oh yeah, that's like
that's absolutely
shit that Bo Burnham
true.
talked about on Inside. He made a couple songs about it.
Yeah, I haven't seen Inside yet. I really wish I had, but there's a lot of people see it. A lot of people see that this is white women ruining things for everybody. They're burning down Seattle and they're canceling everything for no good reason, and it's getting annoying to most people.
Yeah.
And that's why Dave Chappelle's controversial special has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So it's controversial to a bunch of SJWs on Twitter.
Yeah, and it's not that trans people don't need to be protected, that they don't have rights that they need to fight for, but it is also you are making a lot of stink about not very much, and you get to be made fun of. Welcome to equality. Like we're all taking lumps. You can't even log on to the internet without 1,000 people making you feel like a piece of shit for being white. Like that's just part of it. And if it's really telling, like, because we used to be head jesters all the time, is what comedians like to forget sometimes, is that your job was to be critical until you got beheaded for being critical. But it is usually the groups that are the most offended by comedians are being told the truth and they don't like it, and that's something that they should probably pay attention to. We should be gut checking every community once in a while.
Yeah.
Also, he didn't say anything that bad.
I didn't know the context about any of it. I just saw a thing that people were trying to cancel Dave Chappelle.
He's made some trans jokes in the past that were just kind of, I came from back then, ignorant stuff. Yeah. Well, do you have a dick or pussy type of stupid things.
Yeah.
It did a how many theys are there type of thing, and then kind of in his last special, he made a joke that was more the last one he got in trouble for. He made a analogy that made it seem like the trans people were slowing down the gay rights movement, and the gay rights movement was pretty successful and kind of carrying him on their back and whatnot. And that's an observation other people have made as well. But it's, he's Dave Chappelle. He's a big target, and they like to take down people. So
yeah,
he made some trans jokes that are actual jokes about being trans. Like we've all made, like not all of us, but it's you should kind of expect to have questions about things that are not publicly known well be made fun of, and not be a fucking pussy about it. Like it's fine for people to make fun of trans genitals a little bit. Take it.
Yeah.
Go out there and make jokes.
Yeah, there's just people need to fucking chill out. Jesus. Like there are people that should be fucking, cancel is such a weird fucking, can't cancel a human, that's dumb. But there are people that should get some repercussions, like for sure, like with just different shit that they do and say or whatever. But there's a big fucking, comedians are kind of sort of fucking off limits when it comes to that. Like, are you kidding me? It's a fucking joke. It's a joke.
There's people who have absolutely had their lives ruined by being canceled. It's usually people in the middle class who tweeted the wrong thing and now they'll never be able to work again. And that happens a lot.
Yeah, there's so much, like, the thing that bugs me is whenever people fucking go back to, like, oh, in 2012 you said this, and everyone's like, oh, fucking kill him! And then it's over. It's like, what the fuck?
It is totally possible for somebody to take a clip of something or a tweet from one of us from forever ago and send that to our boss and get us fired today.
Yeah, there's been a lot of shit, like fucking people trying to get Jimmy Kimmel recently as well. It's like, what the what the fuck? For, like, jokes that he made in, like, the early 2000s on, like, the fucking Man Show and shit. Like,
He brought that on himself.
like, it was such a long fucking time ago, and that's just kind of what it was. The early 2000s were just a brutal, cynical fucking time for everyone. Like, 9/11 happened, and everybody was just kind of like, alright, fuck everything. And everyone kind of, comedy became cruel, fucking horror became cruel. That's just how the early 2000s was. Deal with it.
I wouldn't cancel Jimmy Kimmel, but he was calling for other people's jobs for shit they did in the past, so he kind of raised his hand.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't do that either.
Yeah, if that is the one thing that most people get the most schadenfreude out of is watching somebody start a raid against somebody and then someone else
Yeah, man.
take the rug out from under him. It's good. It's fun.
Can't be a fucking hypocrite. Everybody needs to mind their own fucking business.
I like seeing it.
That's the
like
biggest
seeing
fucking point for me. Like, everyone needs to mind their own fucking business.
Yeah, and to Ted Sarando's point, if you don't like the special, don't watch it. And that's not that Ted Sarando said more things than that. He also said some dumb shit. But yeah, it's not hurting anybody. You're doing. I think they're doing more harm to themselves, frankly. Because you don't want people to just be mad at the alphabet people every time that something happens, and then they're being outraged, and then we're just gonna stop listening to them. Or, you know how white people are always saying we're gonna take this country back. You don't want the, we're kind of okay where the mob is right now. They have a little too much power, but they're kind of established, and we like our institutions. But if you get too fucking annoying, we are gonna take it back. We're gonna stop listening, and you're not gonna hold any power anymore.
That reminds me of a song on Bo Burnham's Inside.
I need to watch that.
Yeah!
Do you know that they didn't qualify him for a comedy Grammy?
How fucking stupid are they?
Well, he's already up for a music Grammy.
Yeah. Kind of like just...
I say let him sweep.
Right? And I'm just kind of like, fuck those shows anyways.
Yeah, I hate those things.
The Emmys, the Grammys, the Academy Awards, like, fuck them all. They're all stupid. It's just a bunch of people fucking filleting themselves. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. There's been comedians coming on other podcasts to talk about, like, hey, if you're in the recording institution, you can vote for me because my comedy record's up and Bo Burnham's is not. I'd like to thank the Academy for not nominating Bo Burnham.
Wow.
That's because it's true. They stand a much better chance this year because of all the people who did not make a comedy special because they couldn't tour or record, or also because they're not going against Bo Burnham this year. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it's great for them.
Yeah, like
they could get a Grammy.
I've been making playlists like all year of music that I've been listening to and shit, and just kind of like taking the best from each quarter. And at the end of the year, I'll have like, this is my playlist for 2021 and see what the fucking deal is. But, I kind of want to do like a top 10 albums that I've been like really fucking listening to this year. And Bo Burnham's Inside is like probably number 2 on that list. Like, I listen to it a lot. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I wish I had been keeping track of all the stuff that I had done. Had listened to, been doing something curated like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, I can't even keep my YouTube search history that far.
Yeah, YouTube Music is pretty useful. I still wish that it wasn't, like, connected to YouTube. It's really annoying. Like, I make a music playlist, and it's like, hey, it's on your playlist on your YouTube channel, and it's like, fucking why? You fucking like a song, so you know to go back to it later. It's in a liked playlist, and it's like, guess what? It's on your likes page on fucking YouTube. It's like, needs to be separate.
Dog. Go away, dog. You needy little bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Arthur.
I love you. Oh, fucking come here. Jesus. Okay, you're hugging me. Is that good? Is that good?
You like that?
Why do you look so ashamed? Why do you look so... I don't want you here, that's why. I love you. You're my puppy.
Poopy.
There's your good puppy.
It's a poopy.
I watched you poop this morning. I know you're empty.
Gross.
You getting some is good loving, huh? You freaked out. It's because I don't want you here. Go away. You look like Snoop Dogg when you can't open your eyes anymore. Get out of here. The fuck out of here, stupid animal.
So,
Dickhead.
the other thing that I watched, I went and saw Halloween Kills. And you know what? It didn't kill. It was pretty not great.
Yeah, I was less excited about that. I don't really need to wrap up the franchise. I feel like the franchise stands on its own.
I mean, wrap up the... I'm going to spoil this movie.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, it didn't really wrap up fucking anything. Like, there's going to be another one.
Did she kill Michael Myers?
She didn't do shit in this movie. She laid in the hospital all fucking time.
But the trailers.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the trailers. Like, honestly, the first one that came out in 2018, this is basically just the second half of that, which was strange because it felt pretty complete. But this movie takes place like seconds after the first one.
I did not see the 2018 one. Is that the one where she's all strapped up and trying to take him out?
Yes.
Oh,
It was like this. It was, I don't know. They brought back a lot of characters from like the original and shit, which was kind of cool. The kills were brutal as fuck and super dope, and that's kind of all this movie had for it. Like, had going for it. Like, other than that, like, David Gordon Green is not good at pacing. His movies are very bad at pacing.
Is he the director? I've never heard
Yeah,
of him.
he did like the last Halloween movie. He was a comedy director before this. He did fucking Your Highness with James Franco and Natalie Portman and what's his nuts. Can't remember his fucking name. Why can't I remember his name? Eastbound and Down. That guy. Whatever.
Bill Hader?
No.
Danny
Yes,
McBride?
Danny McBride, who is also a writer of these last two Halloween movies. But anyways, they're really bad at pacing. So, like, this movie just feels all over the fucking place. Basically, you're just watching... Fucking Jamie Lee Curtis is just in the hospital the whole fucking movie. And, this dude who is the little kid that she was babysitting in the original one is... got his little posse together and they're talking about how evil dies tonight and they're gonna go and fucking just kill Michael Myers, and Michael Myers is going around just fucking killing people and stuff throughout this whole thing, which was dope. And then they have this huge mob or whatever and they just like beat the fuck out of Michael Myers at the end, and I'm just like I don't know if like straight up street fight, like people are fucking shooting him and stabbing him and just like beating the shit out of him and shit, and it's like, this is kind of fucking hilarious. But I'm okay if I was sitting there like, I don't know if I want them to kill him or if I want him to get up and just murder them all, and then he got up and murdered them all. It's like fucking.
Well, that's a wholesome ending. So he's invincible to bullets.
Yeah, he just got up and fucking like gutted people and just like really just murdered the fuck out of everybody. And I'm just like sitting here watching this and I'm like, I kind of wish that they had just killed him because now we're just gonna get another terrible sequel. But this was also kind of cool. Yeah, and it was just like, all right, like all the fucking dialogue was shit. The fucking storyline was shit, but the kills were really cool and really brutal. This dude fucking jumps out of a hospital window and fucking just like shatters on the ground, and it just looks fucking disgusting and crazy and brutal. And there's just a lot of really cool kills and shit, but that's really all the movie has going for it. It's just not great.
Sex and gore.
Yeah, really good gore. That's it.
There's no nudity?
No, I don't think there is actually. Huh.
That's
I
fucking
didn't
lame.
think about that.
Should be boobs in these things.
I mean, it was pretty Yeah, I don't remember any boobies. But honestly,
Stupid
the parts
mortals.
whenever he wasn't killing people, I was just like, bro, I'm so fucking bored right now.
I'm not super stoked to watch any horror films,
There's a few
except
out
for
there.
Last Night in Soho.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I haven't watched any true classics. Like I've watched the classic slasher films, but I haven't watched like. Well, I've seen Hellraiser. Like there's other scary movies that are classics that are not like mainstream
Yeah.
that you could find on Shudder or something, and I haven't watched any
Yeah,
of
this
those.
podcast not brought to you by Shudder.
There was one that I wanted that somebody was talking about one I wanted to see. There's also another VHS movie out, which I'm sure sucks.
Yeah, not super interested in that. The new fucking Scream movie is happening in January, which is really strange. They're just calling it Scream.
I would prefer another
They're
scary.
just like, it's just called Scream, and I'm like, you can't just fucking. You guys keep doing this shit. It's like you're trying to trick people. It's like whenever you have like YouTube videos and they're like different parts to like a fucking game they're playing or something, and they don't put the number in there because more people will click on it if they don't think that there's one they have to watch before it. Like that's what the deal is. That's why they're doing this shit. This is just called Scream. You don't have to have seen the other 4 that are already out. It's just the first one.
Now, are they rebooting?
No, it's a continuation. It's the 5th Scream movie. They're just calling it Scream. But it's getting made by Radio Silence, who did they're the directing collective that did Ready or Not. So I'm kind of interested in that. But the trailer kind of like bugged me because it takes place nowadays, and this bitch has a fucking landline phone, and she's like texting her friend, and like it doesn't make sense. It's like it's 2021. Nobody has a landline phone. Nobody. Period. You don't even lie.
Well, they make Bluetooth landline phones.
Nobody has them. Old people have them. There's no old people. This is a teenager. She does not have a landline. You're dumb.
I would have one if I wasn't already totally comfortable with a Bluetooth headset.
Yeah. But I'll go see that, I guess. I don't know. I liked Scream 4. It does feel a little bad, though, because Wes Craven is not involved at all for the first time ever. So that's strange.
Yeah, that man dead,
Yep.
right?
Hmm.
Sad. R.I.P.
Yeah. There's a lot of horror movies that I want to see, but I just haven't.
I like horror aesthetic more than I like horror films.
Yeah, my whole like perspective kind of had to change on them because originally I was really into horror when I was like a teenager, and it was because like I wanted shit to be really brutal and fucking terrifying and shit. But then I got really bored because nobody was doing that, and went away from horror for a really long time, and just recently, within the last few years, went back to it, and I'm really enjoying the really dumb shit in horror at this point. So it's like you gotta go like really kind of over the top and not really slapsticky, even though like that's the Evil Dead and I fucking love that shit. But you know, you just gotta get real weird with it. That's the reason why I'm getting back into horror more at this point.
It's got more weird stuff.
Yeah, I think that's why I didn't like the newer Halloween movies, because they just kind of went away from it and made really fucking boring movies. I don't know. It's kind of sad. But yeah.
So I watched another stand-up special because they were coming out pretty close together.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the new Theo Von special, Regular People.
How was that?
It was fun. Theo Von's a very absurdist kind of. He's one other storytelling comedian, but he's a Louisiana very poor person who takes very absurdist stories about the South, things that you suspect didn't really happen, and he finds a lot of very naive sounding perspective jokes from them. And he does things like this on his podcast a lot, which has a lot of dead air, but they're funny as shit stories, and this is just kind of like the tightest possible version of those things. He's been working on it for a few years, and it's great. It's fun. It's funny. You play this to show this to your mom. She won't be too offended. Yeah, it would be. It's
nice.
Fun. I like it. I liked it a lot. Like, I don't remember any jokes really.
But you have to tell the whole
like
thing right now.
Yeah, that's kind of so the plot of the stand-up special is that this guy, and he's on stage and he's telling jokes, and you think there's always a chance that he might bomb, and for a few moments there it looks a little tense, but then he pulls through, and everybody actually really enjoys what he's doing. He's talented.
Damn, I love an underdog story.
He learns to believe in himself as well, and that's that makes him more attractive, frankly.
Hell yeah.
And a lot of the laughs are because he does have a mullet, but it's good on him. That gender neutral skirt steak is
gross. I don't like him anymore. Mullet, you say? Ew, disgusting.
He pioneered it.
He created the mullet.
Really
all right, I'm in.
Anything else? Yeah, he doesn't look good with anything else. He just has that face. That's kind of what he has to do.
Okay.
He looks like a Mike Judge character.
All right. Huh.
I saw that. What else did you see?
Nothing.
Okay, so there's a Harvey Birdman spinoff now. Came out this year. It's called Birdgirl.
Yeah, I saw you talking about that.
And it's about Birdgirl. Because Birdgirl was in Harvey Birdman prominently. It was Stephen Colbert's daughter, Ken Seven. Ken Seven's daughter. It was Judy Seven. And she, after Ken Seven dies, and there's no original cast from Harvey Birdman at all to be in this show, they leave Birdgirl, the company, in Ken Seven's will, because Ken Seven never figured out that Birdgirl is his daughter and has always just been very sexually attracted to her. Which is, dark.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Then he leaves control of the company to Birdgirl, but 51% of the stock share to his daughter. And then it's just about Birdgirl running the company. And there are no Hanna-Barbera characters, and there are no legal cases. There's no Woo-Ha. There's no Stephen Colbert. There's no Birdman. There's no Hippopotamus. Yeah, there's no Peanut. Peanut's not even in here
Well,
anymore.
then who's even there?
Birdgirl.
Just Birdgirl in a white room?
Birdgirl, who has befriended the daughter of a previous character because his girl power now, Mentok's daughter. If you remember Mentok, the powerful mind-controlling judge.
Yeah, I don't.
His daughter. Well, fuck. his his daughter's now Birdgirl's best friend and another high executive at the company. And then they give the Birdgirl 2 more friends, and then there's Birdcat because she doesn't have another bird sidekick, but she has a cat in a bird mask, who goes on adventures of their own.
Huh.
But yeah, it's 2021, so it's 4 women and a gay dude, or 3 women and a gay dude and a cat. And they try to run this company, which is Ken Seven's company, which only makes haphazardous, socially irresponsible 20th century products. Which gives them opportunities to do fun things like get the internet for the first time as a company in 2021. Because when I started realizing there wasn't going to be any Hanna-Barbera stuff, there wasn't going to be any classic cartoons, and there's not going to be any court cases, I was like, what fucking show is there? What are you doing? But they still find places to have very good, absurd Adult Swim style humor in the plots surrounding the products that Ken Seven releases, and then corporate, like how corporate America navigates, and putting an absurdist lens on that, as well as still having other characters that are animals or Hanna-Barbera like, but are not Hanna-Barbera properties.
Huh.
And it does manage to be funny and entertaining, and it's a decent show. It's only 6 episodes right now, but I'd watch another 6 if they had it. I'm optimistic about the show. I think it's going to go fun places if it gets to continue.
Cool.
But yeah, it has a lot working against it if you clicked on that wanting a Harvey Birdman spinoff. Because it's like, it has nothing to do with Harvey Birdman, but you still have to know Harvey Birdman to know why everybody looks like they look. Because Mentok's daughter doesn't mean anything to anybody if you don't know who Mentok is.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if that's super necessary, though. Why do any characters look like anything?
Okay, there's a mind-controlling green girl. There she
Dope.
is. You don't know what that is? You don't know what Bweoop is. You don't know what Bweoop means.
Nope. But that's okay.
Whores. But yeah, Birdgirl was pretty good. I liked it. And then Doom Patrol has also continued to be
Nice.
good. So, looking forward to more Doom Patrol. I don't think that I did much else, really. I'm almost out of home movies to watch, so I've been trying to find other things to watch instead, because I don't want to run out.
That makes sense. Hawkeye's going to start sometime soon. So that's a thing.
Who's going to start? Hawkeye. Yeah, that's still 6 episodes once a week.
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
That sucks. I'm going to watch
I don't
it.
need 24
Gonna.
episode shit. That's how you end up with The Flash. Ugh.
6 is not enough. 6 to 10 sucks. Meet me at 20. 15 to 20. Come on.
There's so much content at this point that it's like, there's always something else.
There's nothing I want to watch. I can't. How many Adult Swim special? Like, I guess I can
Get
go back to
Amazon
Squid Days.
Prime
There's still 10
and
more.
watch The Boys.
All right. I have Amazon
One of the
Prime.
greatest shows of our generation.
Cool. More superhero shit.
Yeah, but it's super brutal and crazy. And it's longer than 6
Yeah.
episodes a season.
How many episodes a season? Is it 8?
I don't remember, probably 8 to 10, something like that.
Fuck.
But
dude,
they're long
that's
episodes. They're
21.
not like half an hour.
Yeah, Doom Patrol better make it all the way to 13, because we're at episode 8, and I still have questions.
I'm sure it will.
And I want some resolution, too. I want to feel like I did something when I watched this, because Archer ended, and I didn't feel like it should have. I feel like we didn't go anywhere. I know that they lost a main character. What's her name died? The lady who plays Arthur's mom. She's a pretty big actress.
Don't know.
Jessica Walter.
Oh.
They gave her a nice send-off. It was touching. She got to go out of the show alive. So they didn't have to kill her, but yeah. Jessica Walter passed away on March 24th of this year. So she died abruptly in production.
Damn. People be dying.
Yeah, known for Arrested Developments, Archer, and then everything other than that's old as shit. Oh, she was Granny Goodness and Harley Quinn. Damn. Well, we don't have to see Granny Goodness again because they're done with that storyline. They're not getting any more boom tubes. Season 3 of that's got to be coming out soon.
Still not out?
It's not on HBO Max.
Crazy. I feel like they've been talking about it for like over a fucking year.
Yeah, I know Batman just doesn't go down on anybody. It's going to be 10 episodes released in 2022. Final date to be announced.
Okay.
Oh, so it's going to be at least 3 months.
Yeah.
10 episodes ain't that much, ho. I could do that in a day.
Yeah?
That's 300 minutes. What's 300 divided by 60? I'll type this 5 hours.
Yeah, you could do 48 in a whole day, probably. Like 24 hours-ish. Less than that.
I have to spread these shits out, man. Just watch one thing once in a while.
Yeah? I need to start watching shit again. I'm probably just gonna go see more movies, though, because I got the fucking A-list shit. So that's cool.
So, that's all that I have watched.
Nice.
Yup.
You play any games?
I have the power. I'm gonna download Pikmin Bloom probably. Niantic has another Nintendo game out where you can walk around your neighborhood and plant Pikmin and pick up Pikmin.
What?
I'm probably gonna do that, but have I downloaded a game to play? I downloaded an old school dungeon crawling game called Grim Quest on the phone, but I haven't played it yet. No, I haven't done anything. I haven't even started practicing for Castlevania, and tomorrow I'm supposed to get drunk, which I don't have any alcohol or access to alcohol, and play Castlevania like I do every Halloween. All I've done is I've played some Sora. I now have thoughts on Sora as a character in Smash Brothers.
Okay. I'm downloading that
now that he
Pikmin
has
game
been
right
out.
now.
That's pretty sick. I don't know if it's good or not yet, but I'm willing to try
got a
it. Since I'm getting
3.7.
steps every day anyway. That's not the best.
Yeah,
score.
but Pokemon Go had a really low score initially, and then they had to fix it a lot.
A bunch of hookers.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying Sora. They are unique. People have been struggling to rank it in the tier list, because he's a swordy, so I automatically think he's high tier because swords are broken in the game. But he is floaty and he is light, so he can die pretty early. But people are finding true combos for him that get him pretty early kills and are not hard to pull off. Also, all of his attacks send upward, so there's been shenanigans like him hitting down air towards the top of the stage and killing off the top. And all of his moves send upward at a pretty good trajectory. He gets some pretty early kills. And his recovery is just ridiculous. He can come back from the edge corner of the blast zone, no problem.
Interesting.
Yeah, and his up B comes out of shield somewhat reliably, and that's a kill move at like 80%. He'd broken, and then he's got the 3 elemental attacks on his for his special. That people have been. I thought that was just junk. I thought nobody was ever going to find anything super useful with that, other than maybe a free edge guard or two. But yeah, people have been setting up true combos with fireballs and freezing people, and Thundaga being able to edge guard better than people thought. It is still slower. I think people are coming around to the fireballs being the best special attack that he has. I'm playing him a little bit right now,
Right this second?
so I can be reminded of his moves. Yes, I'm playing right this second.
Damn.
I'm fighting a level 9 Meta Knight. I played a match earlier too. I fought a level 9 Banjo. I wanted to stop the podcast and tell you that he was wave dashing on me, or dash dancing, because computers are not supposed to be doing saucy shit like that.
Yes, they are. They gotta make you more powerful.
I have been enjoying fighting level 9 CPUs because it doesn't affect my mood too much to lose. I have been getting pretty salty losing to people online.
I would as well.
But he's got a counter. His sword's not that short. His sword's not massive or anything. It's still a sword, so it's got no hurt box, and it's got a hit box, so it's still broken. His mid-range, he gets free mid-range. He's got a counter that does a lot of damage. And physical counters are broken as shit. They ruined the game. Fire Emblem ruined this game. So I think he's gonna wind up being at least a high tier. He might be a top tier if the right person gets the right results with him, but I think Sora is very good, and I'm not mad that he's in the game. I've been enjoying him. I'm glad that the fans who really wanted him in the game, he's the most requested character, so it's nice that he's finally in the fucking game for Sakurai's last Smash Brothers game, and being the last character. It's nice to finally.
And yet, Waluigi's still just an assist trophy.
You can play Waluigi if you play Smash Project M, which is an independently run modded version of Smash Brothers Brawl.
That doesn't count.
But no, but they just added Waluigi, and they actively update the game. It's probably the best version of Smash Brothers.
Really?
Yeah, they've got more character. They've had Sora in Smash Brothers PM for a while. As soon as somebody figured out how to hack a Wii and how easy it was to hack a Wii, that became a real thing for people taking the Brawl engine and changing data and adding characters. And I don't even know. Let me pause this. How many characters are in Project M? I think Project M Plus is actually Smash 4. Project there's a Project M and M Plus. Let me see how many characters are in Project M. I don't think there's 89, but there's stuff. Oh, just tell me the number of characters.
No, count them.
Changes from Brawl. They did Melee and Brawl changes. Okay, here we go. A list of characters. Base Brawl roster of 39 characters. Total of 43 characters. Who's the interesting characters that they have, though? Well, I know they... Oh, this must be an old... This is out of date because they don't have Waluigi in here. Whatever. Anyway, people have been pretty stoked about Project M in the underground Smash community, but, you know, of course, Nintendo tries to stifle that.
Of course. I'm surprised there are so many mods of Nintendo games and shit like that out there with how strict they are.
Nintendo has been straight up trying to kill the Melee competitive scene.
Rude.
Which is mean-spirited, yeah, and ignorant. It's pushing a lot of people to Nickelodeon All-Stars because that's just going to be what it is. If people can't play the games that they want, they'll go play other games that treat them nicely.
Right.
Because in the second week that game came out, Nickelodeon donated $10,000 to the prize pool of a local tournament.
Damn, that's awesome.
Or of an online tournament. Yeah, they're supporting their
Yeah,
scene.
they're doing shit right. Fuck yeah, Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon's killing it, and now Warner Brothers has had their new free-to-play platform fighter leaked. That's going to be cross-platform.
What is that?
And it's going to have Warner Brothers characters.
Oh, okay, so it's just going to be Space Jam 2.
Space Jam character has been rumored. We might get LeBron James as a
You'll
fighter.
get Pennywise in there. You get the fucking Droogs from Clockwork Orange.
Rick Sanchez, Rick Sanchez and Batman have been confirmed.
Of course, they have to be confirmed. There's no fucking way they wouldn't be confirmed.
Yeah, Adult Swim characters being in there is surprising, kind of, because that's like they cross a line into that. Now we have like adult characters.
Yeah, you got to get Neo in there, and
a...
Scooby Doo, and
it's supposed to be more of a tag team fighter, is what the rumors are. So I don't know how that really works. But as far as tag team matchups go, Rick and Morty versus Batman and Robin, totally possible.
Damn. Then they could eventually do Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon.
I would do that. I'd fight them. My issue... Well, there's two issues stopping me from getting the Nick Brawl right now. One, I don't have $50.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And two, it's not cross-platform yet. And I think Keegan wants to get it on Switch, but I want to... If I'm not getting if it's not cross-platform, I'm getting it on PC.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Which, if I buy it first, that kind of makes everybody follow me. So that's one more reason to get $50. But I also would much rather have Metroid Dread right now.
Yeah, I've thought about picking that up, but it's like, that's a lot of money that I shouldn't spend right now. Especially because fucking Diamond and Pearl remakes are coming out this month, and Legends Arceus comes out in January. Like, yeah.
There's so much Pokemon
and
to
fucking
do.
Breath of the Wild 2 is sometime soon as well. It's just too much.
My battery is blinking.
So I didn't play any games.
You ain't playing games with no people's hearts. But did you play any video games?
Oh, that's what this meant. Nope, I sure didn't. I wish I did.
Tender?
Do what?
You still doing Tender?
No. I mean, I still have it. I haven't opened it in a couple months, probably.
You never know what type of fatty's on there waiting for you if you never open it.
Tinder's like the worst one.
It's 8 p.m. and we haven't gotten any trick-or-treaters.
Well, you live in the middle of nowhere.
Not the middle of nowhere. I thought we lived in the middle of nowhere. But no, there's I don't know, maybe 20 houses in the neighborhood.
You got trick-or-treater candy over there?
Mom got candy. I went and I took some candy, so now I got candy.
I'm gonna go get candy when we're done here.
I don't know where the stepfather is. Mom's out there alone. The dog wanted to be out there for some reason. I guess he's bored of me. But she's sitting there with her bowl of candy, ready to see the trick-or-treaters, and nobody's coming.
Damn.
I know, and I'm sober on Halloween, so nobody's having a good Halloween.
Yeah. I miss Halloween parties.
Yeah, me too. I mean, technically tomorrow's Halloween.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe next year there will be a Halloween party.
Assuming this is not my situation next year, which I hope it's not, because it's a long time to live with your parents. I will definitely be drinking and playing Castlevania for Halloween.
Yeah. I will probably do something. I don't know. The last couple Halloweens I've done streams. I guess not last year. The couple years before that, I was doing streams. I did Undertale and Deltarune both.
We could do a party.
We should. But is there even anybody that would show up? Or are they all old and dumb and like, I have to work or I have kids or something? So
I
sad.
don't know.
Yep. What a waste.
We just need to make cooler friends.
Yeah. Or just be the fucking old people hanging out with children.
I would be fine hanging out with people and their kids. Like, if they would want to hang out. Like, obviously I didn't stop being friends with John when they had a kid.
Yeah. I haven't stopped being friends with any of my friends because they have kids, but like... I haven't seen Sammy's kid at all. I haven't seen Lecklighter's kid at all. Lecklighter's kid is like 6 years old. And I've never met him.
I didn't know Lecklighter had a kid.
Oh yeah. He's got a son.
I mean, I'm not close with him or anything. It makes more sense that you would know.
Yeah. I met TJ's kid once. Or twice, I guess. Within a short amount of time. But yeah, it's kind of weird.
Do they love their kids, or are they still, like, resenting the mistake?
No, they like him. Keep being like, oh,
Well,
you don't know what it's like to have kids. It's such a good, have kids is cool, blah, blah, blah. All that shit. It's like, ugh,
fuck
gross.
that.
You're not selling it very well.
Yeah, I wouldn't even co-parent with anyone, let alone, like, have a child.
Yeah. Just kind of sounds like a bad time. Like, I get there might be some moments that are like, hey, that's kind of cool, but, like, mostly, nah, bro, your freedom's gone. It's just chains for 18 plus years. Gross.
I really like watching my dog run in the yard.
See, animals are just where it's at. They're the best.
I feel proud of him when he goes really fast.
Yeah, as you should.
He's a monster.
People make fun of, like, millennials and shit for being like, nah, my dog is my kid. But, like, honestly, fuck off, old people. Your children are, like, in jail and on drugs. Our dogs are not.
I'm trying to say I kind of understand, like, seeing your child accomplish stuff and feeling pride. Like, my dog does very little, and I'm stoked for him.
Yeah. It's because dogs are way cooler than kids.
That's absolutely true.
Yep.
Children
Anyone
are
who
fuck
disagrees
ugly
is
anyway.
dumb and wrong.
Yeah, there's way more ugly babies than ugly puppies. Keep that in mind.
I don't think I've ever seen an ugly puppy. Maybe, like, before they are, like, have, like, much hair and shit. Like, right when they come out and they can't do anything and they just lay there and kind of look like testicles. They're not the cutest things, but, you know...
Dogs don't come out hairless.
A few weeks in... I mean, not completely hairless, but, like, you know, they're pink and shit.
Arthur was black as shit the moment he came out.
Damn. That's because he's the realest.
They have beautiful fur. They were cute the whole time. And
Nice.
he's still a cute boy. Like, he looks like every other dog I see on the internet now, but he's still cute.
Most dogs are adorable. I mean, I don't think the little ones
Yeah.
are very cute, like Chihuahuas and shit. And they always have the issues with like their teeth get all super gross and shit, and they got like weird crusty eyeballs and nastiness. But you know, like decent sized dogs are cute forever.
Yeah. I have
Even
to
once they
actually
start
Google.
going gray and shit.
You have to Google ugly puppies, and if I know your kids, I've seen ugly babies.
Yeah. I guess if they get mange and stuff like that, they're not very good looking.
No, kids are
but-
hideous. Kids are hideous when they get mange.
Yeah. But they're kind of hideous forever and always.
Yeah, they're dumb potato ball sack, fucking ugly, whiny little bitches.
Exactly. Who needs them?
Not me, that's for sure. I ain't one of those breeders.
Yeah, disgusting. Sex is for fun? No other reason.
To have children for fun?
No, sex is for fun. No other reason.
Oh, sex is for fun. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Don't go perverting it with your children.
Yeah.
With your birth
raising
giving.
things.
With your breeding.
Who's had a child that hasn't just created a bad human?
It's just having a subpar pet.
Yeah. At least pets won't, like, stop cuddling you in 10 years and tell you everything you did wrong.
Yeah. So you listen to anything?
Yeah, I'd read a dumb article about how great the lead singer of Eve 6 Twitter is because he runs the Eve 6 Twitter and has
Okay.
basically running a campaign to be mayor of Flavortown and take over Smash Mouth and other fun stuff. But they actually had an album come out this year.
What?
And
That's so
it's
weird.
different. I wish I wrote down my thoughts on it. I remember listening to it and not hating it.
Strange.
6 record. It's the Grim something. Grim Value, the 2021 EP. And then they have a live record called the Fly Record Live. But they have a new EP that has some fun, you know, kind of modernish pop punk stuff. They're getting back into it. I swear to God, I listened to something else that was more impactful, but I don't remember what the hell it was. Because I don't write shit down.
Why not? Aren't you a writer?
I don't write my YouTube searches down.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever you're searching them on should save them for you.
Well, I can't just sit there and look at my whole, like, history. Watch and search history. Let's just go do search history. Search history today. No. I want to see what's bundle view? What is this? Well, I don't want to watch my watch history. I want to see my search history. Google, what are you doing?
Google.
Well, how does Big Brother see my search history? God, suck a dick. Let me just Google how to do it. Open the YouTube app if you're not signed in already. Tap the 3 vertical dots in the upper right hand corner. The drop down menu that appears, select sign in and pick an account. Tap the 3 dots, select settings, Then history, then privacy view. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. There is no 3 vertical dots in the...
Dun dun dun.
Okay, we'll just skip that, go to settings. Go to history and privacy. View history. Okay. Is this any different than the standard page? No, it's just vertical now. This sucks. What'd you listen to?
I listen to so much shit.
We'll talk about some of it. Goddamn.
Okay. Once upon a time, I listened to the new Ice Nine Kills album. That's freaking amazing and is definitely the best album of the year so far.
Who the fuck is that?
I've talked about them on many occasions.
Ice Nine Kill?
Yes. Ice Nine
I
Kills.
heard.
They are a metalcore band that does... They've been around for a while. Their last album it was all based on horror movies and shit, and then this one they made a part 2 to that, and so they did more horror movie stuff that's super cool, and they got a lot of like really cool guest vocalists and shit, like like George Fisher from Cannibal Corpse is on one of them. It's really weird. You got fucking the singer for Senses Fail on one. That's pretty weird. But yeah, it's super cool and it's amazing and I love it. And they did songs for like really kind of more obscure stuff than they did on the first one, because on the first one they had like, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween and Friday the 13th and that kind of stuff. And this one they did like Cabin Fever and Hostel and Hellraiser and yeah, Candyman. Really fucking good song. Pretty dope. And I liked it a lot. Very theatrical.
I listened to more The Darkness.
Oh.
The band who famously on Permission to Land had I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Yeah.
I also listened to a record of theirs that I hadn't heard before called A Ticket to Hell and Back. Or sorry, One Way Ticket to Hell and Back. Which is a 2-way ticket, which is what, that's the joke.
Sure.
And it was less abrasive with the constant falsetto than their other record, but also had plenty of quirky classic rock throwback weirdness, and I appreciated it for that. It was fun, and I don't listen to that music too much, that type of shit, that type of classic rock. I don't really listen to classic rock records anymore.
Me
so
either.
It was nice to hear that.
Nice.
Weenus.
Weenus?
Weenus bo penis.
I will not weenus your penis.
Okay,
So The Offspring had a
that's
new
your
album
choice.
come out.
No way.
Yeah. It's an
That's
Offspring
incredible.
album. It's
Okay.
sounds like The Offspring for sure, but also like older. Like Dexter Holland's voice is like slightly deeper because he's getting older. Still sounds like The Offspring, but they're also singing about stuff that makes me feel hella old, like how whenever you get older, it's like, hey, we don't have sex anymore, and like, this kind of sucks. And I'm like, huh, I don't know how I feel about that. Y'all
Yeah,
can't
what if
start
we
singing
age
about
out of
being
sex?
old.
What if we age out of sex before we really get good at it?
Ugh. No. But yeah,
Yeah.
so they got like a song about that and like a song about like their kids or something. I don't know. It's
I'm
like
never gonna age out of busted nuts. I'm just gonna get younger girls.
exactly. You just got to be like rich people. We just got to get rich. That's all there is to it.
That's all there ever was.
Yeah. But yeah, The Offspring. I don't even know what the album's called. It might just be called The Offspring again. It just kind of looks like that's what it's called. Might be Let the Bad Times Roll. That might be it. It seems to be kind of a thing.
I listened
yeah.
to a short but fun EP. Meat Wave, formerly of Confusion Moon, put out Volcano Park, which is a little 22-minute EP. Which, 22 minutes is not enough for me. Like, I'm kind of sick of 6-episode seasons and 20-minute records. Like, 20 minutes is fine because I can do 20 minutes of something and just enjoy having music for 20 minutes. It's 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I want 50 if I'm getting 30. You understand?
Yeah, I get that. I don't really want short albums at all.
All right. Yeah, I know you're an hour guy.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they're noisy. They're noisy kind of just loud rock, punkish things. I like Meatwave. They're odd. They make odder music, but they're not degenerate or pointless. But they don't stand out to me much, so I don't ever remember when I listen to their shit. But I do enjoy it.
Okay.
There's some bands I put on just to have the sound, like Hail the Sun. I don't know any of their songs. I just put them up.
Yeah, I get that. There's a lot of bands that I listen to because I've gotten to the point where I just add shit to a playlist and then just put it on shuffle. So it's like, oh, I haven't heard this song before. Who is this? I don't know what this song is called. I'll never know how to search for it again, but this is fine.
What else did you listen to?
So Metallica, the Black Album turned 30 this year, and they did a fucking crazy ass thing where they got a bunch of artists from a bunch of different genres together to do fucking covers of everything off the Black Album. So, there's like 20 fucking versions of Nothing Else Matters and Enter Sandman and then a couple other things on there, but yeah, it's pretty fucking weird. They got a lot of country people doing it, which was a thing that's kind of annoying. Yeah, mostly not great, but then they had Ghost did a really good fucking version of Enter Sandman, and so did Weezer, which was interesting. Volbeat did a song that was really good. Corey Taylor did a really boring version of Holier Than Thou. Yeah, that was a thing. It got really annoying to try and listen to it, though, because I was like, yeah, I want to hear this stuff, but listening to the same song over and over again in just different ways kind of fucking sucks. Especially when it's Nothing Else Matters. It did make me want to go back and just listen to the Black Album, which I did. And it's like, this is some good shit. Thanks, Metallica. You were good once.
My Jeff Rosenstock group was memeing what are your favorite albums of the year, and they kept bringing up that record, and I thought they were joking. I didn't know it was a cover album.
Yeah, that was the Metallica Blacklist. Fucking Miley Cyrus on there is so fucking weird. But then there's like some other versions that are like, there's a couple DJs that did some stuff that made it really interesting. This fucking band, Alessia Cara, I think is what they're called. They did a really cool version of Enter Sandman, of course. But it was like a build all the way through, and it was like just different kind of time signatures and shit going through it. And then they did like a breakdown at the end that was just like the main riff for Enter Sandman, and it was very, very good. So that was a cool version. But yeah, so there's like a couple of them on there that was really interesting. But like overall, the people that were like rock and country shit just made them lesser versions of the songs for sure. It was kind of boring.
Yeah, new rock bands suck, and country bands are basically hip hop artists now.
I mean, I'll listen to some fucking hip hop. I won't listen to country.
They have the same stupid SoundCloud production on them shits now.
Yeah, I mean,
I listen to good hip hop.
Yeah, I'm pretty specific about that shit. If you're completely not saying fucking anything, then I'm not interested. But you know, especially when it comes to like hip hop, because it's like the lyrics are kind of the main draw for me. It's the music is not necessarily what you're going there for. I guess unless you like to dance or something, which
a lot of people are there for the beats, sir.
Yeah. Well, me
Especially
personally,
the
I'm
ill
there for the
ones.
lyrics.
For ones where they were actually cutting up old records and doing like sick shit, I like that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really care for SoundCloud beats, trap rhythms and shit. I don't like that stuff. I don't want to hear a bunch of goddamn cicadas.
Too bad. Cicadas.
Cicadas aren't music unless you make them music.
Yeah, bro. Everything can be music.
I don't know. I like Meredith Bull on TikTok. She takes a lot of funny sound samples and makes them into kind of funny hip hop songs.
I think I might know who you're talking about. Did she take that fucking cat doing the
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her stuff popped up on my For You page a couple times when I had TikTok. Pretty good.
Boom! I just beat Shulk, slut. I'm killing these level 9s. So I also listened to Beyond the Eerie by the Pixies, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Nice.
That's really all I have to say about it. It's another pretty good Pixie sounding record.
Yeah,
What
I
does
think
the world want?
that's gonna also probably be on my top 10 of this year list. Like
That's
it a
cool.
lot. Yeah. The last one that I have on here is Ninja Sex Party just released a new album thing. But it's kind of interesting because, you know, for their first few records, they were literally just a keyboard and, like, that's kind of what they made all their music with. But then a couple albums ago, they actually started working with a band called Tupperware Remix Party, who, you know, started touring with them and shit. So this album was basically, they took like 10 of their old songs and then redid them with like a full band and stuff. So it's a lot more like rocky versus just kind of only synthesizers and drum machines. So it's kind of just like some remakes of some older songs, and it's pretty cool. Except one of them was kind of hilarious because it was like, instead of like making it better, they just played as badly as they could through the bridge, and it was just fucking ridiculous. And just been like, yeah, they've been working on this for like 3 months.
What was this Tupperware Sex Party?
It's a Ninja Sex Party, but they have.
Oh, I know those people.
Yeah.
I don't know why that didn't click.
Yeah. So that was fun. That's all the music I have.
I am out of music as well. I did watch one more stand-up special, though. I forgot. Canceled from Netflix. Shane Gillis put his stand-up special on YouTube. Or, sorry, canceled from Saturday Night Live, not Netflix.
Okay.
And I've been watching him make podcast appearances. And he's pretty funny. He is deadpan kind of humor. And I do vaguely remember the clips that got him taken off of Saturday Night Live, even though they kind of knew that about him. And seems like Lorne Michaels was not down to get rid of him because he thought, like, fuck that's not a big deal. You're a really funny sketch performer.
Yeah.
But he's been doing his own sketch show on YouTube on the channel Gilly and Keeves. And he's got some really funny ones. Like Trump doing speed dating. Apparently, his Trump impression is really killer. It was really funny. And then they've got daycare for uncles, which was funny. Yeah, he's funny, and his stand-up special is pretty good. But I can see why people can't interpret his face. He does kind of look like he's got a bonus chromosome, but I remember the clips that they took out of context for him, and him just kind of saying the Asian slur, and he also agrees with Saturday Night Live's decision to let him go, but he's actually funny. As his stuff is pretty good. He is still a comedian. I can see why NBC doesn't want to be associated with him, and so does he, but I think his career is going to be just fine. It is probably better for him to have had the attention and then go away from Saturday Night Live than it would have been for him to stay there.
Yeah, that's fair. It's one of those things.
So
he's
winning
too controversial for Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, and then you watch him, and it turns out he's really not that controversial and kind of a nice guy, and whatever. Also, I forgot I did not play Just Sora. I tried to pick up Mega Man as my new alt because I've been feeling guilty that I'm not playing any of the characters that I want to represent. I want to represent my favorite games. I want to represent Zelda, Mega Man, and Castlevania. I don't like Mario that much. But then I found out that Mega Man is basically just the worst version of the Mii Gunner. Mega Man sucks ass. And so does Simon Belmont. So I'm sticking with Piranha Plant. Yeah, short update on video games that I missed. But that's it. Shane Gillis' stand-up special was funny. It was very amateurishly shot. It seemed like he paid us to shoot it, frankly. But it's available on the Gillian Keeves YouTube channel. And so is all of his podcast appearances. He was really funny on The Honeydew with Ryan Sickler. And if you wanted to start getting comedian, I would actually recommend never getting into comedian podcasts. It's a big time suck. Podcasts are bad for your brain. They're a form of distraction.
I mean, I don't think all podcasts are bad for your brain. Most of the ones I listen to are, for sure, though. There's a few out there that are useful.
I don't think there's that much value in script notes anymore, to be honest.
Really?
Like sometimes they do a craft episode and it's good and they have topic, but like this week's episode was about characters having blind spots and just like the philosophy around people not paying attention and what people can't see in their own lives, and it's not psychology stuff that you deal with yourself anyway. Like, it's good to think about, but it doesn't teach me anything. And even their lesson on action density on the page was just kind of like, don't have too much, maybe not too little, make sure it's clear. And then it was 30 minutes of updates about the IATSE strikes and shit like that. It's still, I look forward to doing it for an hour a week, but I feel like I'm getting like 30 minutes of updates or follow-ups, some listener questions that are kind of dumb, and then like 10 or 20 minutes of craft if it's even a craft episode. I would much rather than break down Clueless again and do script breakdowns and shit. I mean, it is free. I like the 3-page challenge episodes whenever they come up. Those are good because I get to read a stranger's script along with the podcast and see how they break down scripts. But even that's not very in depth.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I would get a lot more just from reading a script instead of waiting for their podcast.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like such a specific thing, especially whenever it's trying to be like educational, it's going to be difficult to put out something of really high quality every single week. I don't know.
Yeah, and they've been doing it for 10 years, so it's about time that they run out. Yeah, they're on episode like 515.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. They are huge. They are the biggest screenwriting podcast.
Wow.
But they're also 2 award-winning Hollywood film screenwriters doing it for free, so that makes sense. They don't even have ads.
Wow. I wish
They're
other people didn't have ads.
They started it 10 years ago when people were really nervous about people on the internet making money. They thought it would ruin the integrity. So they got stuck. They would definitely have sponsors if they started today.
Yeah. I mean, there's some podcasts out there where it's like, yo, are you fucking serious? Doing a goddamn 10-minute fucking ad break in the middle of the podcast? Like, ugh.
Yeah, even the comedians who have funny ad breaks, they're not funny enough for 10 minutes. Let's
Yeah, it's like, dude, just fucking say the script and move on. The reason you're sitting here trying to make it funny, and I'm just like, bro, this is 10 fucking minutes because you got 4 of these bitches in here.
Tim Dillon's ad reads are hilarious. But
like,
he also goes.
He
goes really, really
few,
far.
There's so few ads that I'm like down to watch. Like fucking Internet Common Etiquette is kind of like the only one, and his ads are so fucking long. But it's like they don't feel like ads. They're just
you're coming there. You're coming
great.
There for the Knobbleberry sketch.
And it was fucked up because like one of the ones that just came out recently, I was watching it and I just skipped through the fucking ad, and then he talked about it specifically. He's like, you know, now that we're talking about it, you know, you're gonna definitely want to go back and watch that ad. And I'm like, fine, and I did. He got me.
Losers. Tim Dillon's are funny because he has stuff like the sheath underwear guy, who put in the copy, you can say whatever you want, I'm not dropping you. And then, like, the sheath underwear guy's a veteran, so all of Tim Dillon's ads have been about, like, the story of this triumphant veteran who murdered children. And then, like, he's going super, super deep and dark on the history of the owner of the company, and they're just not dropping him.
Wow.
But, yeah, really, really dark, absurd things.
It's madness.
He's funny. His podcast should come out tonight. It's a Sunday show. Comes out like 10:30 tonight, though. I have one more cigar left. I might wait to smoke it, though. I don't think I'm gonna write tonight, so I don't know if I'm gonna smoke. I might just watch TV and eat candy.
Hell yeah.
I think I just heard a knock. That might be the first trick-or-treater at 8:40. How about that shit?
Is it?
Well, that's all. What?
Is it a trick-or-treater?
I could go out there and check.
Oh. It doesn't matter that much.
It's the other side. It's the other side of the house, dude.
Gross.
That's all that I have consumed.
Nice. I have some books and things.
Books and
things. Books and things.
Dun dun dun. The A-Team.
Well, since we're talking about podcasts, I will say Dungeons and Daddies finally ended. It just ended. They ended the story arc that's been going on since 2019. 68 episodes, all of which are at least an hour long. And it was excellent, and I loved it a lot. And they're going to start a new story within the next couple months or so. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they should have had the next campaign written by now if they've had 9 years to do it or whatever.
9 years. Yeah. But it's a very good, high-quality podcast that I pay $2 a month for and don't have to listen to ads at all and get a bunch of bonus stuff. Thanks, Patreon.
You paid $2?
$2.
How often do they upload?
Every 2 weeks they have a new episode, but they also have like episodes where for Patreon only stuff where they talk about they just talk about the episodes and do like reactions and shit to it. So that's fun. And then they also do like bonus campaigns that are like just a couple episodes, just different random shit. They have one coming out that's like, I can't remember what it's called, but they're fucking like dogs and cats and shit, and it should be fucking stupid and dumb. It'll be great. They did like a Star Wars one. It was called All That Jizz, and they were like a jizz band or whatever that are dealing with fucking bounty hunters, and it was hilarious.
That's what Dungeons and Dragons should be.
Yeah.
People should have fun with their characters.
Exactly. And not be like fucking super annoying with the rules and shit.
Oh, fuck off. We have to read the combat rules.
No, I know that's in there, but I'm saying like for like podcasts and shit, like Critical Role. That's one of the things that one of the reasons why I can't get super into it because it's like, and now everything stops while we talk about this forever. I'm just saying like in a format where you're doing it for entertainment purposes, like cut it
I'll
out.
probably cut it.
Yeah. Which Freddie Wong does a great job with the editing and shit, so it's fun.
Freddie Wong's doing the editing?
Yeah. He's like one of the dudes.
Rocket Jump.
Yeah, it's like 3 of the Rocket Jump dudes and one of their friends.
Ask him what happened to Rocket Jump Film School.
They make jokes all the time about how nobody watched it.
Oh, okay. Well, you can tell them I was the guy that watched it.
Man, my friend Jeff was the one guy that watched it.
Well, ask him what happened to Hot Lauren then. Jesus.
What happened to what?
What happened to Hot Lauren? Well, they probably don't call her Hot Lauren. Probably just call her Lauren.
Yeah. But yeah. So that
Man,
was
our channel is doing as good as Comics Lotus Press. Those people suck.
the Rabbithole podcast is?
Yeah. We have 10 views on most of our shit.
Hell yeah. I don't think the watch time is much though, but who knows?
Oh,
Maybe the
probably not.
but that's fine. It's okay. Who needs them? Who needs people to watch it? This is for us. This is for our mental health, so we can sit here and have somebody to talk to.
It would also be good to get filthy rich, though.
Yeah, it would be nice. I am gonna I've decided to make an Instagram for our for this. Probably do it in January or something.
What is your problem? Can't you just understand that you don't want to do extra stuff?
But I do until I don't. That's the point. Can you believe we've been doing this? We're gonna have season 3 start in January.
What's a season? 50 episodes?
It's a year. I'm just doing it by the year. We're gonna start our 3rd year of the fucking Rabbithole podcast.
Man, what a terrible time it's been.
I don't think the podcast has been terrible, but just life in general.
There's some dark shit on here. There's some times on this podcast I sound shaky from withdrawals and I'm being evicted from my apartment.
Yeah, dude. Fucking seriously, but at the same time it's like it's interesting to know that that's out there, that we can fucking watch ourselves just fucking go crazy.
Yeah, we could totally watch people have a mental breakdown and not really monetize it.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Sucks, bro. I wish I was hot. Then I could be a fucking wreck in public and get money for it.
Sure. There are people doing that all over the place.
Yeah. And it's their business, and we should leave them alone.
Sure.
Because I don't want to hear about news stories like Instagram model does photo shoot at her dad's funeral. I don't care if they do that.
Yeah. Me either. Fuck them.
I just got super baited by a CPU. That's okay.
CPU. CPU. So, books. I finally listened to a beautifully foolish endeavor by that man Hank Green. The second book. I finally finished it, and it's pretty crazy. It's good.
Is it
shit.
as good as the first?
Do what?
Is it as good as the first?
It's really weird because it's the same story continues. Like it's first they go together. It's a sequel, but it just feels like completely different because it's like the first book is really good, but it is kind of just build up to this whole second thing. It's like the real story starts in the second book. I don't know. It's interesting because it all kind of turns out to just be this weird analogy for how destructive the internet and social media can be, but it's exceptionally well done. It's very well written. The characters are great, like full 3D characters that all have great personalities and shit. Um, it's really, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like it's one of those books that should be experienced. It's very good. I recommend it for sure.
Are there good sex scenes in it?
I mean, there's not like sex scenes, but like people get it on. It happens.
That's good. It's good. I'm good to hear that Gen Z still gets horny. Because that's the only thing that they do. They're not funny. They're humorless cunts. They're too stupid for art, but at least they're horny.
I like that our perspectives on Gen Z are so different.
I hate these people. What are you doing? Don't befriend them.
I mean, I'm not befriending them. Ugh. I don't befriend anyone. But no, like because I see the humorlessness as humorous myself. I think it's funny as shit.
That
Because
not
they're
funny?
just do what?
That they're not. I like some of their actual humor when they have any, but they're really not funny, and they don't get a lot of things.
Which that's why I enjoy watching them, because they seem so fucking like alien.
Stupid. They're stupid. I'm not mystified. They're stupid.
I wouldn't call myself mystified. I would just say I think they're funny to watch.
I think QAnon is more interesting than Gen Z's lack of humor.
I thought that QAnon was more interesting in the way that, basically until I figured out what their shit was, because like it all seemed like a huge joke, and then it was like, oh no, these people like legit believe this, and also it's all coming from just kind of one stupid place. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're actually pretty concerning.
Yep. Very much so. But the other book that I listened to is the Sandman Act Two. It came out, and it has a crazy cast, and it was dope.
The cast was going to be my first question.
Yeah, there's a whole lot. Fucking Kevin Smith is in there randomly.
Aw, good for him.
Yeah. Bill Nighy is in there. Andy Serkis is back at it. David Tennant, Michael Sheen, Kat Dennings, John Lithgow, James McAvoy's back.
It's a lot of returns.
Kristen Schaal is randomly in there as well.
I like her.
Yeah.
I wear her hat in the thumbnail.
Yep. Yeah, you do. Let me see if I can find like the full cast list here. Ugh. Nope, it's too hard. But there's a lot of people in there, and it was good, and it was interesting because there's like a lot of stories in the first one that like felt like they ended, but then in the second one it's like, hey, these characters again, and it's like I don't recognize them at first, and then it's like, wait, I remember this vaguely, and then they have their own like full fucking story, like one that's just one of them, like the longest one in it that takes up like 5 or 6 chapters, is really fucking crazy about this girl who used to have like these dreams that she was like this fucking princess in this kind of like Wonderland type area or whatever, and then like her fucking like imaginary friend from her dreams or whatever, like, shows up and gets shot to death by the fucking police and stuff. He's like this fucking dog, and it's like, it's just crazy. It's fucking insane, but, like, Neil Gaiman's out here just making fucking crazy, insane art that's just amazing, and I love him. He's the best. And once again,
I
you
have to read the first one.
listen to him. Yeah, I sent it to you.
I'd have to bring that up. I have that somewhere.
Yeah. It's,
At the very least, it's in your Google Drive.
Yep. I would assume so. Unless it, like, expired or something. I don't know. I don't know if it does that.
No, it'll stay in your Google Drive till you delete it.
Oh, damn. Because I know you sent me stuff over, like, email that later is just like, oh, that's not here anymore.
Yes, I do have to clear mine out. Although I have started a new email account for just sending other files. It's just the file driver at Gmail.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
if I start doing a lot of client work, it's actually only like $4 to get 2 terabytes of data on Google Drive.
$4?
something.
I'm paying 10.
It's not exact. Oh, you're already paying $10 a month for Google Drive.
Yeah. And it
Yeah,
sucks
so
because
it's
if you
a
let
lot
it
of
lapse,
data.
it sucks because if you let it lapse, it's like, oh, your Google Drive is full now. It's like, yeah, it's like 500 gigabytes too full right now.
Why do you need to hold that much shit?
Because my computer was being dumb and my hard drives were being dumb. This was before I got my new computer, so I was just uploading everything on there to make sure that, like, it didn't die forever.
Okay.
It's just backup.
Yeah, that's a good reason to do it.
Yeah.
What does $10 get you? 2 terabytes?
Yep.
8 terabyte?
2 terabytes.
2 terabytes. Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah. It ain't bad. And I think it also gives you, like, the fucking access to, like, Windows Office, whatever the fuck stuff as well.
You get access to Google Experts. Option to add your family, extra member benefits, which are not described, 10% back in the Google Store, and a VPN for your Android phone.
Damn. I should look at that stuff, I think.
Yeah.
A VPN would be cool.
You can prepay to save 17% annually.
Wow.
That's pretty good, since that's $120 a year. You could probably take that 20 off. Probably get 2 months free.
Yeah, that's true. Huh. I might look into that. But yeah,
that's cool.
That's all the stuff that I got.
I figured I would charge clients an extra $10 per project just to keep Google Drive if I had a big file transfer need.
Hey, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow I'm going to play that Deltarune that I was going to play this last time and didn't.
I downloaded it.
I opened it to see if I was going to have to play through Chapter 1 again, and I don't. It'll let you just go straight to Chapter 2, so I'm like, hell yeah. So I'm going to do that. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was playing Megalovania on the ukulele, but Discord's not going to pick it up.
Yeah, I heard a couple string plucks, but I didn't know what it was.
That's okay, I've been doing a bad job.
Well,
They do this, though.